one question in regards to me being a squiggle, me being somebody who's has adaptability as a strength, me being somebody who I hate structure, and how do I do what I do? How did I hit presidential diamond when I don't like the structure? And I think the answer is that I capitalized on what I was passionate about, and I went for it. And so let's just say that, well, here's a better example. So I love to sing, and I always thought, and people would always tell me, Donna, you should do something with your voice, and I did. But I would kind of wait till it fell on my lap. And then, the opportunity came where I could record some stuff, but I didn't really work hard at it. And what I recorded, I didn't really like. And so I didn't really push it. When doTERRA came along, so I never succeeded in music because I didn't actually go after it. But I know I could have. I know that not because I have the best voice in the world, I don't, but because I knew that I had something. I had a stage presence. I had something to offer. I had, my heart was in it, but I was lazy. When it came down to it, I think I was just lazy. But laziness, the word lazy is really interesting to me these days because it can actually come out due to different roots. So let me explain. Laziness usually is not laziness. Laziness might be a few reasons. So let me give you 3 reasons off the top. It could be that you really are nutrient deficient. You don't have the motivational structure in your frontal lobe system of your brain that's firing as it should. And you really are just, you're just nutrient deficient. You could be vitamin D deficient. Let me take these earrings off because they're distracting me. You could be vitamin D deficient. They look good with the whole outfit, but just here, they're like, you could be, you could have heavy metals. You could have so many different things going on with you that it could be you just not getting what you need inside. Like you see, this is the stuff I drink, you guys. It gives me energy. Before I started eating well, I didn't have the energy to get out there and do doTERRA. I was just like, whatever happens. And that's part of my personality for sure. But there's more to it than that. It's not just laziness, okay? You may just not be eating well. If you're out there eating McDonald's 3 times a week, then you're going to be sluggish. If you look at any of the studies and experiments that have been done out there, those people who are out there and they eat well and then they kind of shift and do this experiment on their body and they eat sugar or they eat McDonald's or they eat, just crappy food, then what happens is they need to sleep more. They just don't have enough energy. And so if you feel like that's you're like, I'm just lazy, or people describe you as lazy, or you feel lazy, one of the reasons is just your health, okay? The second reason is your mindset. So for instance, procrastinators out there, a lot of the reasons why we procrastinate is, it could be very subconscious, which I'm not going to get into all the psychology of it, but part of the psychology is that it's subconscious and you are a perfectionist and you get out there and you are like, well, I don't want to do it. And then when time comes, you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. But you now have an excuse that when you show up, it's kind of halfway done, half-assed, can I say that? But you have a reason for it not being great. The reason is because you showed up late. You didn't even try, right? And for a lot of us, it's better to not try. It's better to quit, not try, than to fail. And so we sabotage ourselves with procrastination, okay? That's the second thing. The third thing is that the thing that you are procrastinating on, look for the pattern. Your pattern of procrastination is really telling. Be curious about what you're consistently procrastinating on. Because, for instance, and we're going to talk about this today, but getting referrals, right? You procrastinate on getting referrals, or you get referrals and you procrastinate on calling the referrals, right? I did that in the beginning. Or you can call yourself just lazy. I'm too lazy to ask, or I'm too whatever. Like, you can say, I'm just too lazy to even call somebody. I'm too lazy to ask somebody. I'm just going to sit back and wait for people to come talk to me. No, that's not it at all. The reason why, it's not because you're lazy. The third reason is because you're scared. And fear will stop you. Fear will create laziness. Fear will create procrastination. So some of you out there who I don't want to structure, I don't want to make a list, I don't want to get out there, I don't want to call them today, I've got things to do. Don't you know I'm busy? Don't you know I've got stuff to do, Donna? I can't be calling people. Well, the reason why is because you are just scared. You're scared what their reaction is going to be, and so you actually subconsciously look for laundry to do. It's like your laundry could pile up for weeks on end, but all of a sudden, when you have to finish your goals, you have laundry to do, and it's really important in that particular moment. So I hope that makes sense for that part and the reasons for people who aren't structuring. So my lack of structure has less to do with my adaptability, less to do with my things that scare me, then it has to do with, it just doesn't light me up to structure. Hi, Amanda. What lights me up is spontaneity, freedom, all of these words that really describe who I am. How do I do it with that kind of personality? I do it with inspired intention.